Hello, good evening, class. It is Saturday night and I have nothing else to do than record a tutorial for my students. That shows my dedication. I hope you appreciate it. I was talking about the move from the wood to the steel construction we will have in this course after this coming next week. So we will start with the simple metal connections, so welding, spot welding, stick welding, and then I will also show you how to use the plasma cutter, the CNC plasma cutter. So it's an extension of laser cutting, a little bit rougher. But in order to sort of get a feel for it and also to kind of continue the subject that we design something on Rhino and then make plans and bring it into the workshop, I want to continue this theme. Again, I will focus, this course really focuses not on 3D design and the software, but I think it is important for you to kind of continue to work with Rhino because it's a brilliant tool and you have done some good work, and it's also a good way to prepare you for the workshops because you need to kind of figure out what you actually want to do, how it should look. You make plans, you can get cutting this, and that applies to the steel probably more than for the wood. In wood, you can very quickly make a cut and stuff, where with steel, it takes much longer to kind of prepare the steel. So you want to make sure that all your plans are correct and lined up. So I'm going to share my screen now, and what I want you to show you, not this, but I designed this it's a little coffee table with a glass slab. So I'm just going to show you how to do this in Rhino. It's really very simple, but what I want you to also figure out is we will work quite a lot with this L-shaped profile, steel profile. And I think ours is 15 by 15 millimeters. So it has this sort of L shape. If we go into the view, to the wireframe, so you see when we zoom in that it has this sort of, we have this, a lot of these sort of L-shaped length. They are all really rusty, but for welding, you will not make beautiful welds in the beginning. So we can sort of clean them up and just do all the testing and all the practicing. We do it all with this L plate. So I will not expect you to produce, refined pieces in the metal. It really is introducing you to the various techniques. And if you want to expand on it, you will, I hope perhaps we can do at some point something with a further study class, or you just kind of have to, perhaps in your honors project, you will have to do a lot of practicing before. We had a number of students who worked in steel in their honors project, and what they did, it's basically learning by doing. You use it, and then within a few days, you kind of figure it out how to weld. I had particularly some of my female students have really excelled, and it's a skill that somehow also leads to jobs for some strange reason. Okay, I'm going to start a new file now, and the first thing I want you to do, so I want you to make your own design, and I'm just going to show you how to produce the raw material. So what I want you to use, you go to box corner to corner and height. So we go, and we're going to create the square. And this square should be, because the L shape we are using is 15 millimeter on either side. So it's 15 times 15. And we can give this thing, let's say, the length of 300. And obviously you were saying, oh, this is not a square, but I show you how to make a square really quickly. So we activate this, as you can, I show you here in the perspective mode, perhaps we shade it. So this is shaded, yeah. So we put this, and we go to our top view. we copy and paste it. So it's apple Z, apple B. So we have two of these sticks on top of each other. And I go to my box edit. And we will see, oh, that's where I'm going to stick this here. This one, let's put it there. So we see our X and Y is 15 by 15 millimeters. That's absolutely fine for one of them, but we want the L to have a thickness of 1 millimeter. So if we type in 14 by 14 and we apply it, you see you have still the whole stick, but we have basically a thinner stick and a thicker stick laying on top of each other. And what we're going to do here, we go to Boolean and we go to Boolean difference. So you click on Boolean difference and now we select the surface or polysurface to subtract from. So we select the bigger one, we press done, and now we select the inner one and we go done. And then we have already our L plate. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so obviously this is in the wrong direction. So we go to our front view. How does it look there? Let's swivel it around by 90 degrees. I think this is upside down. Let's have a look here. Yes, this is upside down. So we turn it around. Always click on these quarter circles, type in the angle direction you want to change it in. A very quick and efficient way to move stuff around. So I want to create first a top plate where I could insert a piece of wood or a piece of glass. Yeah. And so if the table, let's make a small table, 30 by 50. Okay, so this could be length. So I copy and paste it. And this I turn 180 around. Let's move this up here. And also here. So if you look at it from the top, we have it here. And again, I copy and paste it. So I activated Apple C, Apple V, or Command C, Command V. And this time I just kind of turn it 90. No, that. What did I type in? Again, I turn it 90. Here we go. And now we move it to this corner. I type in Command Move. And we want to have it from this corner. We have to kind of really sort of zoom in. And at the moment it sits, oh yeah, it already sits nicely there. Okay. Now we want to scale this. So I want to scale this to 50. So this is 300. Let's make this 500. No, I don't like that length. Let's make it 450. You know, and you can make these sort of changes. That looks all right. I apply it. Okay, now by a funny chance, this seems to be almost at the end. What you also can do is you can only just start with one, and you start with this L. Yeah, so, and I can activate this one here, and I would mirror this one. Mirror is now a command you obviously have used many times, and this is a quick and simple way to mirror our steel frame. Okay. Now, what we could do, basically, this doesn't work. We will, when we join this, we need to kind of make a 45 angle. Could theoretically make this. So for the drawing purpose, it's not really necessary, but I can show you how to make a 45 angle there. So we go to a cutting plane. So we start from this corner, there, to end there. Beautiful. And I probably will just mirror this again. Right-click mirror. Here we go. And now we go to mesh, edit tools, mesh split. We select the objects to split, this, this, this. Done, and we are cutting with these ones here. So now we should have these little spickles, which we throw away, because there was an overlap of the material and we want to delete that. Yeah. So now we should have, is there another one here? So here you can actually see it's nicely. Oh, that should be cut as well. What is this not cut? Have we not pulled this? Ah, this is not high enough. Let's go Apple Z. There. Let's do this again. So we mirror this. No, here we make sure that this is big enough here. Just gonna pull this one and we mirror it. So mirror this. Okay. And now we make a mesh split. We split this one, and this one with these cutting planes. And now we throw these ones away. We can throw this one away as well. Off cut, so we have a nice. So anyway, so I'm not doing it on the other side, but you see that this is actually what we will have to cut in order to weld it together. Yeah. Okay. And now legs. As for legs, I want you to be a little bit experimental, so you can make a square box. I use, for the example I have, I use a cylinder, and something like this I would always design on the side. I want to have it really quite thin. And the end, let's make it, how high is a coffee table? I'd say perhaps quite low, 35 centimeters. Right, yeah, it looks about right. I think let's make it a little bit lower. Yeah. And this is now 20 millimeters thick. I want to make it a little bit thinner. Make it 14. Quite thin. And what you can also experiment with, for example, we've got a truncated cone, yeah? So you could also do something like this, you know? So you could make legs that are sort of, you know, let's make this 250, and on the top, no, I want it quite small. Then, no. Sometimes you have to just try things out. Yeah. Okay. Yep. But I want this obviously the other way around. So, okay, let's throw this away. So you can, for example, yeah. So you have a nice rendered. No, not this one. You want to have this one rendered. Back into wireframe mode, I'm going to render this one, perspective view, so you have a sort of more like an elegant little leg. So you can play around, and what you can also do, for example, you can go and add a little cylinder. Okay. So, for example, when you make a leg, no, so this is basically like a base for it. And I want to align these one concentric, so I type in align. And I want a concentric alignment. So they are already aligned, and I'm going to align them again. But this time, I want to align them on the, no, cancel. You need to activate this side, and you want to repeat align. What objects you want to align? I want to align these two. Done. And I want to align them on the bottom. Yeah. So we have this one here. It's a little bit big, I think. And obviously I need to hold my shift button. Okay. Yeah. So look, so I made a little, anyway, so, and you could then again, and now it has not aligned, so we need to align it again. Again on the bottom. And then I move it. I move it from this center here. I need to activate in, it is, yeah. So somewhere here, perhaps into this corner, yeah. But obviously on the bottom. That's my oven, and again I move it. I need a little bit more sight here. Again, I move it from there, concentric, on here. How does that look? There, somewhere there. And here I've got a leg. All right. And now you basically know the trick. We go mirror. Where do we have the command here? So we mirror it there. Hold on, where is it there? And again, activate this one and this one. And we again repeat the mirror. We know we need to kind of have the snap. Where's midpoint? It should be. Why don't I get the snap in here? The snap in there. Let's do this again. I have no idea why we don't get a midpoint here, because we activate it here. Now, why is this not doing it? Basically, what we can also do is just want to have this one and this one. I copy and paste it, and move it over. Anyway, you need to kind of snap it then. Okay, and all you need to do now, you create the plane, starting from this little corner there. Down there. And let's give this a height of 5 mil. Obviously, this needs to go down a little bit. A little bit of shadow gap. And now we need to import, obviously, some materials. And that's always the fun bit. Basically, you have done really well with your glass, and I've got, should we try some blue glass, dark blue glass. Let's try this. Okay, and so you have this glass color here. Right click, assign to object, and then we have the glass here. And lock this now, because I can now select the rest without the glass, and I import another material. This time I'm looking for metal. Where was the metal? Here we go, not glass. We have the metal here. Burnished is nicer than highly polished. Let's try brass. That's probably quite cool. Let's do a brass table. Okay, and I assign this now to the objects. And here we go, perspective. No. And obviously we can then unlock. This a little bit. Anyway. This will then, how you manipulate rendering is something we can look at some other point. But here you've got a little table in brass. It's very simple, and I want you to kind of, you know, go to places. You can also, you don't have to necessarily use glass. You can also make perhaps a little under tray where you can put newspapers. Just design something nice. Yeah? And so I put this, if you capture the file, here we go, apply it. And I have already made one metal construction. My table. Okay, so I'm gonna upload this onto the mirror, and I want you to do this until next Friday, okay? So make some nice design. Some of you have been really, really good with Rhino. Just keep working on it, yeah? And sort of goof around, make a nice design, yeah? So that would be great. Okay, that's all from me on a Saturday night. I hope you have fun wherever you are, and I shall see you next week. Looking forward to it. Hasta la vista.